and welcome to the Zama Pulse. I'm Captain Electra Duclos. Colonel Eric Davis took command of the U.S. Army Garrison, Japan, following a change of command ceremony held July 17th at Camp Zama, Japan. Colonel Marcus Hunter completed his 2-year tenure after taking command of the garrison in 2023. He will remain in Japan to support the U.S. Forces Japan mission. Colonel Davis joined the Army in 2003 and began his career as an infantryman. He also has several years of experience working in special operations. This is his second time serving in Japan, having previously led the 1st Battalion 1st Special Forces Group in Okinawa.
It is a great time to be back in Japan. At a time of global tension, the mission here is essential, and our Army is transforming to meet the strategic challenges, in particular here in Japan.
U.S. Army Garrison Japan hosted a community cleanup July 9th at Asamizo Park, located just minutes from Camp Zama. Nearly 15 volunteers, including U.S. Army Japan soldiers, civilians, family members, and participants from the installation's Better Opportunity for Single Soldiers program, teamed up to help beautify the park.
I think it's important for U.S. service members, U.S. civilians to be able to give back to Japan for hosting us out here. We have a lot of bilateral agreements, military, economic, but just being able to be stationed out here is really a privilege, so it's nice to be able to give back to the community.
Volunteers focused on the area surrounding the park's landmark observation tower, pulling weeds, picking up fallen leaves and twigs, and sweeping along the fence lines. In less than an hour, the group had filled several garbage bags with debris. The event marked the first time that USAG Japan had organized a cleanup effort at Asamizo Park.
大変うちの公園としても助かりますよ。やっぱり今あんまり人手が足りないもんですから、こうやって少しでもやってくれることで公園が少しずつきれいになっていくっていう助かります。はい。
基地管理本部では地域貢献活動として毎月米軍関係者のボランティアの皆様にご協力いただいてこちらの近隣地域で主催しております。この活動は私たち米軍コミュニティから地元の皆様への感謝の気持ちを表す良い機会と考えております。
U.S. Army Garrison Japan recently opened its gates to the local community to celebrate the 249th anniversary of America's independence. Despite the hot summer weather, nearly 16,000 people came out to share in the spirit of American camaraderie and enjoy food, children's games, live music, and other entertainment. Later in the evening, soldiers came together with airmen, sailors, Marines, Coast Guardsmen, and members of the Japan Ground Self-Defense Force to conduct a Salute to the Nation ceremony. Together, they presented the flags of the 50 states and the 6 U.S. territories. Also during the Independence Day celebration, a team from U.S. Army Garrison Japan's Directorate of Emergency Services prepared lunchboxes for the 70 Japanese firefighters and police officers who supported the event.
We always want to give back to them any way that we can, and this is just a small way to show thanks to them.
The DES team wanted the food to have an American flair, something unique for the Japanese members to enjoy. With support from the Logistics Readiness Center Honshu, they worked on the menu for the lunches, which included roast beef and turkey sandwiches and snacks on the side.
やっぱそういった見えないところで協力していただける方がいるっていうのはやっぱ警備のしがいがあるというか頑張らなきゃいけないなって改めて思いますね。
U.S. Army Garrison Okinawa welcomed its new commander, Lieutenant Colonel Elizabeth Johnson, and bid farewell to Lieutenant Colonel Rachel Bowers during a change of command ceremony held June 18th on Tori Station in Okinawa. Lieutenant Colonel Johnson began her military career as a military police officer in 2007. She has served in numerous positions in locations around the world and deployed in support of operations in Afghanistan. Lieutenant Colonel Bowers will move on to attend the Army War College in Pennsylvania. Major Jasenia Perez, the executive officer for the 836 Transportation Battalion stationed at Yokohama North Dock, has been forging a relationship with her Japan Ground Self-Defense Force counterparts by hosting a monthly English class.
Usually for all of these classes, we want to keep it with basics vocabulary. Today what we focused on was more of an artistic approach, so we wanted to use images and symbols as a way of communicating.
Major Perez takes a creative approach to teaching the class, giving the JGSDF students visual prompts. She shows them a letter of the alphabet and asks them to draw an image that starts with that letter. Then, students must identify each other's drawing using English. The class is also offered virtually for the JGSDF subordinate units throughout Japan.
海外の人とお話しする機会というものがなかなかないので、こういった機会を与えられて、で自分の英語力を磨けるというのはすごく私の中では プラスになっていますし、部隊もプラスになっていると感じているからです。
The class is an ongoing bilateral initiative between the 836 and the CTC. The class allows the two units to enhance their communication skills and strengthen their relationship at a grassroots level. The 14th Missile Defense Battery at Kyogamisaki Communications Site in Kyotango City recently teamed up with Japan Ground Self-Defense Force's 7th Infantry Regiment stationed at Fukuchiyama for a field training exercise to enhance their proficiency in several critical skills. The exercise included training on tactical takedown drills, close-quarter battle training, and responding to a chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear, or explosive event, also known as sea burn. Every year, dozens of typhoons hit across the Pacific Ocean, threatening the region with powerful winds and heavy rainfalls. Most typhoons hit Japan between May and October, with the peak months between August and September. For the U.S. Army Garrison Japan community, the key to staying safe is preparation. Residents are urged to have a plan in place and to build and maintain an emergency preparedness kit. Garrison officials use multiple platforms to keep the community informed, to include our Facebook page, the Commander's Channel, American Forces Network TV and radio broadcasts, and direct cell phone messaging. Residents can expect to see a series of standard alerts on the Tropical Cyclone Conditions of Readiness, or TCOR, as officials continue to track any approaching typhoons. Please ensure you familiarize yourself with the TCOR guidelines to keep you and your family safe. That's it for this month's edition of the Zama Pulse. I'm Captain Electra Duclos, and we'll see you next month.